South Korean Dr. Lee Cook-jong, who performed trauma surgery on a wounded North Korean soldier, speaks about the defector's condition during a briefing at Jeju University Hospital in Suwon, south of Seoul, on November 15, 2017. AFP photo/Yonhap, SDR/AFP/Getty Images Tokyo. No medical drama is complete without a bold yet sensitive heartthrob doctor in a leading role. The incredible tale of a North Korean soldier's escape across the demilitarized zone last week is no exception. The McDreamy in this case is Lee Cook-jong, the trauma surgeon who has operated on the soldier several times and has updated the world along the way. From a video showing Lee picking 10-inch-long parasitic worms out of the man's intestines to his declaration Wednesday that the defector will survive. The patient is not going to die, Lee told reporters gathered at Jeju University Hospital south of Seoul, announcing that the man had regained consciousness and was stable. Although he is still in the intensive care unit, he could be transferred to a general ward as early as this weekend. The 24-year-old North Korean soldier, who has been identified only by his surname Oh, was shot 5 times as he made his brazen escape on November 13. Closed-circuit television footage released by U.S. forces in Korea on Wednesday showed Oh driving a jeep southward, before getting its wheels stuck in a ditch just yards from the military demarcation line that forms the border. A fatal bullet and intestinal worms were removed from the stomach of the North Korean soldier who defected while being shot at by his own countrymen on November 13. Yonhap Oh jumped out and started running for the line, but 4 North Korean border guards fired more than 40 rounds at him. One guard briefly crossed the line, violating the armistice agreement that ended the Korean War in 1953. Then Oh is seen lying in a pile of leaves against a building on the southern side, before 3 South Korean soldiers crawl out and drag him to safety. From there, he was put in a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter and flown 50 miles south to the hospital in Suwon, where Lee was waiting. If it weren't for their emergency measures, he would have died before arriving at the hospital, Lee said. It was still touch and go when Oh arrived at the hospital. His blood pressure was so low after losing so much blood that the doctors did not even have time to check his blood type. Instead, they pumped about 40 units, between 3 and 4 times the amount of blood contained in the human body, of type O into him. He has had 3 surgeries, including an attempt to repair his damaged internal organs and stop the contamination caused by the parasites and the injuries. Along the way, the trauma surgeon, often in scrubs, has been giving regular updates on the soldier's condition. The revelation that the man had a severe parasitic infection, Lee said he had never seen such a case except in medical textbooks, and that his stomach contained raw corn kernels caused widespread shock in South Korea. Frontline soldiers were supposed to be elite troops, yet this man had worms not seen in South Korea since the 1970s and had been eating uncooked corn. Oh also has tuberculosis and hepatitis B, Lee said. And, at 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing about 130 pounds, he is several inches shorter and 20 pounds lighter than the average South Korean 18-year-old boy. There is intense interest in the soldier, with military intelligence officers reportedly eager to question him about his escape, but Lee has been fending them off. The soldier is showing signs of depression and post-traumatic stress, and it will take about a month before he is well enough to answer questions, the doctor said. For now, Lee is keeping the conversation light, talking about the way things are done in South Korea rather than asking him about North Korea, and trying to cheer him up. The medical staff played him G, a peppy pop song by Girls' Generation, with its lyrics such as, "Oh, it's too pretty, your soul's too pretty, it's love at first sight," and he declared that he liked girl bands. Lee also said Oh has been watching the American series CSI and the action movie The Transporter, in which a former Special Forces operative hires himself out as a mercenary. They also have hung a South Korean flag in his room to reassure him he really is in the South. This is not Lee's first time in the spotlight. He became a national hero in 2011 when he saved the life of a ship captain who had been shot by Somali pirates. After the chemical freighter was seized by the pirates near the Gulf of Aden in 2011, South Korean commandos stormed the ship, and the captain was shot by the pirates 6 times during the rescue attempt. Lee was waiting at a hospital in Oman and saved the captain's life, making his reputation as the country's leading trauma surgeon. There was even a popular medical drama based on this story, Golden Time. The title was a reference to Lee,